on 24th November 1926. On that day, a significant spiritual event happened. The mother knew that a momentous descent of light had taken place. The disciples were called by her to gather in the veranda, the usual place of meditation, by 6 o'clock. After the disciples had assembled in the veranda, the mother and Sri Aurobindo joined them. There was a deep silence. Silence absolute, living silence, not merely living, but overflowing with divinity. Many saw an oceanic flood of light rushing down from above. Everyone felt a kind of pressure above his head. The whole atmosphere was surcharged. Expectation rose in a flood. The meditation lasted for about 45 minutes. Thereafter, the disciples were blessed by Sri Aurobindo and the mother.
Explaining the significance of this day's event, Sri Aurobindo said, 24th November 1926 was the descent of Krishna into the physical. Krishna is not the supramental light. The descent of Krishna would mean the descent of the overmind Godhead preparing, though not itself actually, the descent of Supermind and Ananda. This day is observed in the Ashram as the Siddhi day. Later, the mother said, the 24th November is called the Day of Victory in remembrance of a very important spiritual event which took place in 1926.
On 24th November 1926, Sri Aurobindo Ashram was born, with a group formed naturally and spontaneously, having the same aspiration to march together towards the same goal. Describing the character of this ashram, Sri Aurobindo wrote, "This ashram has been created with another object than that ordinarily common to such institutions, not for the renunciation of the world, but as a center and a field of practice for the evolution of another kind and form of life, which would in the final end be moved by a higher spiritual consciousness and embody a greater life of the Spirit.
24th November 1926 onwards, Sri Aurobindo put the Mother in charge of all the outer work, as he wanted to withdraw into concentration in order to hasten the manifestation of the supramental consciousness. Indeed, Sri Aurobindo needed the relief to be able to concentrate on his work of bringing the higher light into the lowest levels of matter.
What Sri Aurobindo represents in the world's history is not a teaching, not even a revelation. It is a decisive action direct from the Supreme.